Hi everybody, welcome back. I'm Dorothy. I'm a professional astrologer. I almost couldn't say that. You can find me on the web at nhastrologer.com. Today I want to talk about the month of July, and it would be for those who are Taurus. That's what this one is about. So I have a few notes in front of me, so forgive me if I look down, but that way I can keep things accurate for you. So let's start off July 1st. There is a full moon in the sign of Capricorn. And so for the sign of Taurus, that would be in your solar ninth house. And so when we have a full moon in Capricorn, when the moon is in Capricorn, it's about us. We're seeking stability, emotional stability. And how we find that typically through the Capricorn energy is through working and knowing that our job is secure, or whatever is important to us is secure. Now, for you, it's in this full moon is in your ninth house. The sun's down in the third house of our siblings and communicating. But the full moon is up there in the ninth house, and that represents higher education and our expanded awareness, in where we want to be educated. So it could be that you've all of a sudden realized that you might want a little more education or need a little more education to feel more secure. Or maybe you're just finishing up some schooling and you're finally done with it, and that full moon is all about releasing and letting go. Because full moons can be two different things. It is about becoming aware, so awareness, and usually it's an awareness through others. Since it's a full moon, the sun is reflecting fully onto the moon. So it's either a reflection of an awareness sense, or what we have as well is something that we can release. So it's a two-step process when it comes to the full moon, or it can be one or the other. It's up to you. So I'm going to leave you with that. Now, that full moon on the 1st is in that ninth house of higher education and whatever it is that you need to do to make yourself feel stable emotionally. Next, we have on July 4th, the moon does move into the sign of Aquarius, which is all about independence. Here in the United States, this is a week actually, where a lot of people take time off from work. So that full moon in Capricorn says, hey, I'm not working this week. But the Taurus sun that you are sometimes might not believe that, because you guys are, you value the things that you have, you value money. So it's important that you work. But anyways, 4th of July, it's all about having some fun and independence, and that just goes along with what our nation will be doing at this point in time. So just go and have fun with that. That'll be in up there in the 10th house in your career sector, but it's a Saturday, time to have some fun. On the 6th of July, we have, where are we? The sun in the sign of Cancer. It is in an opposition to Pluto. So these opposing forces could be pretty intense. The moon is making a conjunction to Pluto in these couple of days as well. So we're really highlighting the fact that there is something changing. And when we have a full moon really near Pluto, it's only going to happen once a year. And this is going on in that educational place for you guys, or that expanded awareness. And when I say expanded awareness, whatever that triggers for you, for some people it's about they need to sit down and learn to be more spiritual, learn to meditate. Or it could be that you have some educational things that you need to be doing for yourself. But when the sun and Pluto are in an opposition, there is the opposing forces of ego. So the ego is going through some sort of upheaval at this point in time. And again, it's in that same area that the full moon is in. So the 3rd house to the 9th house, that same sector. All right, so there's something going on that's creating some stress. And it will only be for a day or two. So the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, after that, things will start to let go. And if you're one that has to be in control of everything, then this will come up for you. The sun will bring that to your attention, that you might be too bossy. I don't know, it'll show up some way. There's a lot of Leo energy in here pretty soon too. Well, actually it started on the 1st, and that Leo energy is our children, and our children could definitely put us in our place. We think we're in control. See a 5-year-old in the grocery store. We're not in control. They are. All right, I'm going to move on because on the 12th we have similar activity. We have the sun making a square aspect to Uranus. So whatever's happening for you on that day, on the 12th, you know, again, that sun in Cancer is our focus in on home and family. It is squaring Uranus in Aries, so that's the 3rd house to the 12th house, and the energy of that represents, again, more about emotional communication, but hidden things are coming up. With Uranus in your 12th house, a lot of hidden things are coming up for you over the last couple of years. And every few months or so, the sun is going to trigger it. Every month, the moon will trigger it, and other planets, and on and on. Today, it's the sun square Uranus, and that will bring up some hidden things for you to have to work through. All right? Talk it out, and if you can't talk it out with somebody, then at least write it down. And just release it, burn it, however you like to take care of things. That's some of the stuff we should do. A lot of cardinal energy this month. Stay tuned. Listen to the whole thing. It's not even going to be 15 minutes long. There's so much cardinal energy going on this month. And cardinal energy is the Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Libra's pretty much out of the picture in all of these transits right now that I'll talk about. But the other 3 cardinal signs are being triggered. So they represent initiating action and change. It just means the month of July is going to be a very big month where we want to initiate change. It does not have to be difficult, and it does not have to be against our will. It can be if we decide not to go with the flow, but it doesn't have to be. It's not a threat. All right. The new moon on the 15th of July is at 23 degrees of Cancer, so there is an opportunity here. That new moon is in your solar 3rd house, so there is an opportunity here for you to set some goals now. July 1st, we released a lot of things. By the time we get to the 15th and the new moon, it's all about setting new goals and new intentions. I will create a video just for this new moon, so go look that up when we get closer to it. But the energy of the moon, the new moon in Cancer, is all about home and family and new opportunities in those departments. All right? Okay. Next, what else we have going on? We have, actually, on that day, there's a ton of other things. So I'll get into that in the new moon forecast. But I'll list it really quick. Mars in Cancer is opposite Pluto. Mercury in Cancer is opposite Pluto as well, which means Mercury and Mars are conjunct in Cancer. So very strong, overwhelming emotions. A lot of words can be said which aren't meant, but we're going to say things just because we have to get them out, because, you know, sometimes we hold stuff in our energy field, right? And if we hold too much in that energy field, eventually it builds up and things just come out of our mouths and we're like, who said that? And it's us, because we're holding on to too much. And so a transit that goes along with these transits that going along with this new moon in Cancer could really bring a lot of that stuff out. So make sure you release that pressure valve once in a while and say things before they become a humongous issue. Because on the 18th, you know, we have Mercury again as well in Cancer. Mercury in Cancer is, as we speak emotionally. And it's square Uranus in Aries. And that is a lot of stress and a lot of tension to really say something that's on our mind. And that could be a problem. Again, keep that in mind. I'm going to switch my page. I'm onto the last couple of aspects here. So hang on. We're almost done. On the 22nd of July, the sun does finally move into the sign of Leo. And we're in that fixed summer month, which is fantastic. Here we want to be creative and some creative self-expression. Children come up when the sun is in Leo, as well as what we're passionate about. So there's a lot of fun activities with that Leo and a lot of opportunities to create during this next month of the astrological month of Leo. And then on the 25th of July, we have Venus retrograde in the sign of Leo. She will be retrograde until September 5th. And that is a lot of passion when Venus is in Leo. She's been in Leo for a little while, this whole month, basically. And when she is, when she is in Leo, it is, you know, we're kicking up our heels, if you know what I mean. And it's all about passion and love and just really expressing that and having fun. It's just those beginning pieces of a relationship where it feels just like a love affair, no matter what it is. Especially even if you're both single people, you can have a love affair because you're in love with each other. It's that passionate love. But now when Venus goes retrograde on the 25th, all the way till September 5th, we get to reconsider what we overreacted to or maybe responded to too quickly. You know, Venus retrograde also has us, and this is all in relationships, but if we want to look at the money piece of Venus, Venus in Leo can be extravagant. Instead of talking about a romantic love passion, we can also look at Venus as, again, spending too much money and being extravagant. And then when Venus is retrograde from the 25th of July to the 5th of September, we're going to have to really pay those debts and really tighten the purse strings. Do not get married during this time period. It is not a good opportunity. It's not a good time to get married. If you do get married at this during these times, the opportunity that arises out of this is a lot of work on karma in old relationships. So even if you're in a regular relationship, whatever, we can also work on the karma of old relationships. Even if the two of you have past lives together, you're working through old karma in those relationships. And if that's what you want to be doing, then perfectly fine, get married. But it's your choice, you know, really just hone in and tune in and think about it. All right. I want to end with the energy on the 31st, because on the 31st of July, we have the second full moon in this month. Astrological blue moon, not really a blue moon. Blue moon is the news is going to call it a blue moon, so we'll call it a blue moon. And basically it is in the sign of Aquarius. And where is that? That will be in your solar 10th house. So a full moon in the 10th house at the end of the month represents that there is something unique and different going on at work, that Aquarius energy in that 10th house is that you're very different and very unique in your work. And so the full moon there just wants you to start thinking outside the box. You might have got stuck into an old pattern of some sort. So work out of that pattern and try and do something different and unique. And when we have a full moon, lots of times things just release and they leave our lives really quickly without our effort whatsoever. But you never know. So if you're having something that you need to brainstorm and come up with some new, fresh ideas, then, you know, focus in on this day on the 31st and just see if there's something that you can do for yourself, for your career, for your work, for your boss. All right, I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you very much for listening. There's a little eye icon at the top of this video. You can see it over there on, I don't know what side it's on. It's over there or over there. I don't know where it's at. I think it's over there. Click on it and get right to my website. Thank you for watching. Please share. And thank you. Blessed be. Namaste.